In today's episode, I share my personal experience about how I got scammed, my Facebook account permanently disabled, and how I almost lost access to my Amazon account. To avoid what I went through, I invite you to listen to this episode. I will reveal to you one of the tricks they, aka the scammers, used to get into my accounts and my money. In today's world of social media, AI, and lightning fast virtual connections, we have lost touch with genuine human interaction. Even automated responses on platforms like Facebook Messenger have pop-up options that prompts, "Want to speak to a human?" It's ironic that despite unparalleled connectivity, thousands of social media followers, and numerous Zoom calls, we feel a lack of personal human connection. We can end up feeling isolated among the virtual friends we have amassed. The constant bombardment of social media ads can be incredibly frustrating on a personal level. And for those who depend on social media for their businesses, cutting through the noise is increasingly challenging. What's the solution? How can we regain our sanity, feel more connected, experience less stress, engage in more meaningful conversations, and ensure that people contacting us are not spammers or scammers? It's time to go back in order to move forward. What do I mean by that? As an entrepreneur, I understand the power of speaking and sharing one's story. And doing that face to face can be very powerful and an effective way to connect and grow your business. Many entrepreneurs, including myself, have overlooked opportunities within our immediate community while striving to attract more business and clients worldwide. Although there's nothing wrong with that approach. For many, it can result in minimal success, and if any, it comes to the expense of our mental well-being due to the challenges associated with online business practices. My recent frustrating experience with Facebook, which disabled my account, put the nail in the coffin. You see, I've been an advocate of well-being and positive mindset. However, scammers are always trying to get access to people's accounts that have large numbers of followers and seem to be successful. Well, they got to me too. Without any explanation other than I was not within the standards of the Facebook policy, whatever that means, Facebook shut my account down, which also means I lost access to my Facebook groups and activities, including personal memories and history I built on that platform. I'm frustrated, to say the least, and I'm not going back to Facebook. I decided to have my own platform where I have control. And how can I do this? Well, number one, I can build my own stage. The physical stage, it could be in a coffee shop that I invite people to and talk with them. I can create my own event. I can also speak on other people's stages. You see, when we do that, it can be on a podcast, it can be at an event that someone else puts on. So this is how we can go back to have that human connection when we actually speak with them in person, either in a group setting, in a discussion setting, or at a real event. Even if you are on stage giving a presentation, you have the chance to meet people afterwards. But most importantly, people see you. They see that you are a real person, right? And with that, we can build valuable connections. And with that, sales will come automatically if you do it the right way. But first of all, we have to build connections again. And that human connection, that face-to-face, that personal experience is very powerful. Now, with that said, I'm not saying, hey, do something different or do something more online. By all means, do it. But when you do that, make sure that you do it on your own platform, on your own term. Do it on a platform that you have control over. It can be your website. It can be your own app. Nowadays, it's so easy to have your own app. It can be one of the services that you subscribe to, but you have control over it, where you actually build your own group. You see, Facebook can take that away at any time. And this is the second time that this happened to me. The first time, I may have contributed because I was not knowing about what you can say, what you cannot say. I may have contributed to that. But this time around, I'm very, very careful. I'm just very much into positivity and teach about mindset, about how we can become the person we are meant to be, to live the life we are destined to live, right? Positivity. But I don't have control over scammers and people that post on my account, or at least, whatever they did, I don't even know. But here's the thing. Facebook doesn't even give me the chance, or doesn't even explain anything to me. So with that said, I'm done with Facebook. Now, with that said, you might be very happy. Everything is going well. Kudos to you. Stay there. Do whatever it takes, by all means. But what I'm trying to do with this explanation that I gave you is that scammers can get to you. Now, how did this all get started? Because you may ask, well, Sabine, I understand that, but how did scammers get into other accounts or got into your money? So here is what happened from that experience. I tried to get in touch with Facebook, and I wanted to speak to a human. I wanted to speak to a real person. So I tried to find it. So I was Googling, and so finally I got the contact information of Facebook. Everything seemed legit, and I called that 800 number, and I got a person there who said, finally, I got a person on the phone. I was so happy. And so I said, my Facebook account was disabled. I didn't do anything wrong. I wanted to say, this is me. I'm not a scammer. I'm not an imposter. This is really me, and this is my account. And then he said, no worries. We can restore this for you. And I'm an Apple user. And so there is Apple Care. I can call them. I can call technical support. They get into my screen and share with me what has happened and how I can fix it or whatnot. So I'm used to that. And so the gentleman on the other side said, okay, let me connect to your computer. By all means, it's no big deal. And especially because I called them. So I called Facebook directly. I did not get a phone call from a random person who says, hey, we want to restore your account or whatnot, right? So I took the initiative. So I felt really safe. So first of all, it took a while for them to even connect to my computer. I have a MacBook Pro. And they said, okay, let's download this app. So I downloaded the app. I think it's called On Desk or something like that. Didn't work. Download another app. Didn't work. You see, Apple has a very, very tight security. Then I said, well, let's do it over your phone. I said, okay. over the phone. Finally, I got an app. Then he said, okay, turn your phone around, show me a picture so I can see what's going on. And then he guided me through, and finally I was able to disable a couple of functions on my computer. And I'm not a computer savvy person, right? I know how to do stuff, obviously, but all the technical in the background stuff, it's above my pay grade, and I don't care. I don't want to learn it, right? So he got into my computer, but what I realized all of a sudden, it's not that just he pointed, click this, click that. No, he actually was in control of my screen. So he could click on things. And then he popped up a window, says, look at this. You were logged in. This is your login information. That is your browser. But then look at that, whatever that means. These are people who try to log into your account, who try to log into your Amazon account. I said, oh my gosh. And I was even so naive to say, oh my gosh, especially now that I've just published a book. That is, oh, you published a book. Is it profitable? It's like, But he was from India. I said, well, maybe he wants to write a book. I don't know, right? So that was the second red flag, actually. And then we got into my Amazon account. And then he says, let's do a bogus buy. We're not charging your account. Just wanted to see if somebody is logging in or we can trace somebody. I said, okay. And then he said, put in your credit card information. Oh, that was the third red flag. And this is where I should have stopped it right there and then. But I was just so into that whole thing. You know how sometimes you can lose yourself going down that rabbit hole. And then I said, I was thinking to myself, well, there was just a couple $100, maybe $200 on that specific account that he pointed to. So I said, it was not one of my main accounts. And I said, and I'm going to call the bank afterwards, right? Well, let's do this bonus buy or whatever. So I did put it in. And then before you know it, he clicked $100 gift card. I said, well, I didn't want to buy. No, it's okay. It will not be charged. And you get this in 5 minutes. Get to your Gmail. And I got to my Gmail to see what happened. And then he saw something else. Oh, you're doing this. And that was, I got so uncomfortable. And I said, this really makes me uncomfortable. And then Amazon, I went back, and all of a sudden Amazon, we had some weird activities. We locked your account until we verify you. I said, what's going on? I said, this is it. And I was still polite. I said, okay, I think we need to discontinue this conversation. I hung up. I shut my computer down. I called my bank. I went to Amazon, said, no, this was not me. I was scammed. And I canceled my card. And then I called Apple support. They got onto my computer the proper way. And he said, delete this app that they downloaded on my computer. And he looked through everything. He looked through my phone and said, no, you are safe. You're secure. Nobody can come into your computer right now. Because I told him, I explained to them the situation. And Apple said, yep, we've seen that before. Here you have it. This is how easy it can be for scammers to get you. And the reason why is that you think you're smart. You think you feel safe, like I did, because I was taking the initiative to call them. And everything looked legit, like the company. But scammers are so good these days. Number one, they know SEO, or they even pay for Google ads so that their information comes to the top of the page with the right keywords, right? Contact information for Facebook, right? And the reason why, because you cannot contact Facebook. And that's another thing. It's like, Facebook got so big, they have millions and millions, and even billions and billions of advertisement revenue that basically we all pay for. Yeah, of course our Facebook accounts are free, but the money that comes in, the connections, and most importantly, all the algorithm that they learn from us and our behaviors, and we don't even have a way to get in touch with them easily, to let them know, hey, this is what's going on. I just don't like it. So I'm done with it. Now here's the last part, what I want to share with you. And that is liberation. First, I was upset. But then I was thinking to myself, wow, one less social media to worry about. Now, one thing I will do is I'm going to create a new account. And the reason being, I will not grow this account. This will stay private. I will have no one on there, and I'm not doing any business with this account. This stays private. But what it does do, it gives me access to my groups. You see, I have my Facebook page, which is, as of this recording, still up, and I still have my groups that I built over the years and in which I interact with my people, sharing advice and sharing things. So luckily I have administrative assistants in these groups and on my page, and they have an account, obviously a Facebook account, from whom they are able to post. So with that said, I can also then become an administrator, and then I will phase this out so that I'm purely maybe just a Facebook page. I'm going to leave that where I can still share, but my groups I'm also going to phase out, and those who really are interested in what I do and what I share, they can be on the platforms that I control. And by that, I mean I control the platform. If people want to leave the platform, they can at any time. I don't control any person, but I have control over the platform that I choose to engage in. And that is important. So let's review. What did we get out of this episode? Well, number one, we know we have to be careful of scammers. Number two, never ever Google any contact information. Always go to the original websites that you have, whatever your provider is. And number three, make sure when you get emails, I got a lot of spams as well, that you always look very closely to the email address. And when in doubt, don't click anything, don't reply, find out one way or another if this is a scam or not. And then last but not least, become empowered by taking control of the platforms that you use, how you interact with people. So if you just do this, you will avoid pain and headaches. Now, does nothing ever will happen to you in the future? Does anything will happen or never again happen to me in the future? I don't know. I got smarter. Every time I get smarter. But as we go into the future, scammers get smarter and have more tricks up their sleeves. So it is a process. And change your passwords frequently and have the passwords that are hard to crack. I start using those passwords whatever random numbers and symbols and letters. I have to write it down because those I definitely don't remember. But I think that makes us a little bit safer as well. And don't have everything on your computer saved and memorized. Make sure you delete the cookies and do a clean sweep once in a while. And you have it's a little bit more work, but here you go. And then last, I just signed up for a company called Incogni, and I have no affiliate links with them, but they basically help you monitor your inboxes, your email, and also phone calls, that your email address, your phone number will be removed from all those companies that buy data, all those data companies. So, I mean, it's like, what, $70 a year to do that? And so I just did that too, because I'm just so tired of all these bombardments of people that want something. And that brings me to my very last point, and that is, now I know that we have to have better human interactions, and that by that I mean real human interactions in person. And so maybe just go back to basics. How did we do this? And get involved in your community. And let's see how this works. I don't know. And I don't know you. I don't know your business. And you may have a very successful business and you have all kind of security walls in place. Kudos to you. Great for you. And I'm not saying not to do anything online. I still do things online. Don't get me wrong. But I'm kind of stepping back a little bit, and I avoid going into that social media frenzy where you just go like the little hamster in a hamster wheel, and it doesn't go anywhere. And I've done this for many, many years. So I'm doing something different, and I already see the positive effect of it, because I am actually having human interactions with people, and they love it. They want to work with me because they see I am a real person and I give them real solutions. All right, my friend, this was my podcast today. I hope you got value from it, and I hope you are able to avoid some of those things that I went through. And of course, I would so love if you can leave a comment. If you have a question, I definitely will answer it. Give me thumbs up. Follow me if you're not following the show yet. Subscribe, download, share it with a friend. And until I see you again, always remember, serve from the heart, follow your dreams, and live the life you imagine.